So I've been really interested in working in 7/4. It's something that I haven't really worked with before, but I'm really excited to try and mess around and see what kind of riffs I can come up with in my music. I recently picked up a new guitar. I got the Aaron Marshall AM7 from Schecter. It's a 7-string that it's probably the nicest 7-string I've ever worked with. It's been really fun to mess around with this guitar and use that extended range in my composition. I've got 2 riffs that I have worked on. One of them is a transitional riff. This is actually the first riff that I came up with for this song. Let me play that really quick. The main riff I want to work on right now is this intro idea. I have some scratch tracks recorded. I'm going to clean it up a little bit and try and add on to it. Let me play what I have so far. So the next step with this would be to double track it. I'm going to go ahead and try and do some solid takes to get this sounding really good. The next thing I want to do is track bass, get a solid bass take for this riff, and then we can start considering how to transition this into the next segment. Okay, now that I've got my bass and my rhythm guitars tracked, I'm going to work a little bit on cleaning this up. I'll show the process, but I'll probably speed through this really quick because it'll take me a while. I will say for all of my mixes, I use Fortuna Audio. That's a really good friend of mine. His name is Dirk Gutierrez. He's got a really good ear for what I like. And this last EP that we just released, he did an amazing job on it. So shout out to Dirk. If you're looking for an audio engineer, I would highly recommend him. Okay, yeah, that sounds really sick. I also worked on some intro type synth. Here's an example of it. I think currently there needs to be a little bit more of an extension on this. This would be like the first iteration. of this. I would like to change the root note and possibly experiment with that. Now that I have a general idea of how this is going to transition, I'm going to write some scratch drums so I can stay on time a little bit better. All right, I got some scratch drums done. I'm sure Nick will find this pretty reasonable. I need to go ahead and track the bass and clean up the section, this transitional riff. I have not done any quantizing or tightening or anything on this. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that and make everything sound really good. I thought I was going to have to track bass here, but I'm not. I'm going to copy and paste because this is a carryover from a portion in that transitional riff that I already had. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up the rhythm guitars for the new section. If there's something you're interested in that I didn't go into much detail about in this video, let me know in the comments, and I'll try and make a video explaining things a little bit further. Let's go ahead and listen to what we've got. Now that the first riff and the second riff have been transitioned into one another, I took the past few days to go ahead and mix this out a little bit better. The mix was really weak, and I wanted to get a demo mix so I could send to Nick. Some of the changes include splitting the bass to a low and a high, and processing both of them in different ways. Another thing I did was I changed out Get Good Drums Invasion kit with Superior Drummer 3. I also did a bunch of mixing on the main buses for each instrument. I'll put a list of all the primary plugins that I'm using for each one of my instruments on screen. I think I've got enough to send to Nick for now. I want to get his feedback on everything that I've come up with. I'm going to hold off on fleshing out the intro atmosphere. I've been having a hard time picking out synths that I'm a fan of. I'm also going to hold off on writing this third riff until I can get some more feedback on the direction that we want to go. If you have any questions about my writing process, leave a comment. I would love for this to be an open discussion in the comment section. And if there's any tips that you have for me to optimize my process a little bit, I would love to hear it. Let's listen to the final product that I have for now and go from there.